Okay, so this video is on point-slope form. As you can see, some equations come in different forms, and today we'll be learning about point-slope form. Think about the things you're going to need for point-slope form. It's pretty straightforward. You're going to need a point and a slope, right?
Yes.
So let's look at this right here. We've got some color coding here. Make sure you write the date here, okay? Got it? This video is 4.3a, point-slope form of a line. Some equations come in different form. Today we're learning about point-slope form. So take a look, pretty straightforward. When you have a point and when you have a slope, they can get plugged into your equation of your line, like so. Here is where you plug in the point. Let me show you. I got a new little trick here. Here's where you would plug in the point here at the y1 and the x1. And here's where you plug in the slope right here. Now don't stress out. It looks ugly, but it's not that bad. Here's an example. When you have an m of 4, just put the 4 where the slope is, right here. And when you have a point of 3 and 5 right here, just put the 3 where it belongs with the x, and put the 5 where it belongs with the y. So let me give you a pretty quick example of this. It's pretty straightforward. Look at this right here. We want to bring this down for a second. Okay, I got an idea. Okay, so when we're doing this example, we want to use this little diagram here, this guy, to help us get there. Oh, ugly. Okay. So, and one more thing. Let's make this so that you cannot look at this and it's not distracting you. Okay, so see the equation in the top right? What we want to do is we want to do y minus whatever the y is. So what's the y of the equation given? What's the y that was given? 2, right? So it's pretty simple. All we want to do is y minus 2, which is this point right here, equals, and then it wants to be the slope here. So take a look. We want to have the slope right there. So what's the slope that they gave us? -4. So we put that here. And then it's going to be x minus, and then we need to look for the x value. What's the x value? What's the x value? +4, exactly. So this is +4. So that's it. It's done. That's it. That's all you do. It's pretty simple. So let me show you another one, okay? Pretty straightforward. Let me show you another one. Part B here. It says find the equation through 1, 3 with a slope of -1/4. So y minus what? Y minus the y value. Which one's the y value? The 1 or the 3 or the -1/4? The 3. So it's just simply y minus 3 equals, and then we have a slope of -1/4. So we've been using green for slope. So I'll just kind of keep that in mind, -1/4. Pretty easy, actually. And then x minus whatever the x value is. X minus, and what's the x value? 1. That's it. That's all you do. So why don't you take a second, pause the video, and try part C. Make sure you're looking at this box right here. This thing is going to be pretty important. That's the equation that you want to use. So y minus the y value equals m, x minus the x value. I know it's a different form, but it should actually make life a lot easier. So pause the video and give part C a try. All right, so hopefully you're finding this to be pretty simple. Don't overthink it. It's just y minus whatever the y is, which in this case is 2, equals the slope we're doing always in green, so -3, and then it's going to be x minus whatever the x value is, x minus whatever the x value is, and our x value here is -2. Well, hey, how do I minus -2? I actually add 2, so I have to minus -2, which means I have to actually add 2, and I'm done. That is all there is to it. Obviously, there's some work involved getting to this point, but if you have a point and a slope, writing it in point slope is very easy, right? Does that make sense? So let's just take it through problem E, see how you can do with that. So why don't you pause the video and give that a try.
Got it. Done.
Okay, so you tried part E, hopefully, and are feeling decent about that. So let's move on to the back here for you guys, I believe. And we're trying to find the equation of a line through 2 points. So nothing crazy here. It's pretty straightforward. We know we need a point and a slope. They actually gave us 2 points. So I would just say to you, find the slope. If you can find the slope, which is change in y, which in this case is 7, it goes up by, change in x, which in this case is 1, you'll find that the slope is 7. And at that point, you're really ready to write this thing. I mean, you know it's y minus whatever equals m, and then it's x minus whatever. So let's talk about which point you want to choose. It doesn't matter. You can choose the first point or the second point, but get rid of the other one. So the point is 3, 2. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like literally just this right here. So now look in the box, the blob over to the right there, and substitute the point in. Y minus the y value is 2, x minus the x value is 3, and the slope goes out front, which is here. So this is point-slope form. This is how you do it. So let me kind of summarize. You're given 2 points. You're not given a slope. It's point-slope form. So clearly you want to find the slope. So go ahead and find the slope between the 2 points. And then just choose a point, either one of them, 3, 2, and 4, 9, but both would have worked in this case, and plug it into the formula. The other point is kind of trash now once you found the slope. So point-slope form, you need a point and a slope. That's pretty much what's going on here, so that's where we're at. So why don't you pause the video and give B a try. So pause the video and give this a shot, okay? So that's what I want you to do, and I'll see you in a minute. So hopefully part B was not really a big problem for you. Make sure you pause and do that. I'm not going to say the answer necessarily. What the heck, maybe I will. So the thing about this one is that there's 2 actual answers. There's actually 2. Let me think about what they are before I waste your time here. So we got 2 answers. What are they? Okay, here are the 2 answers that we're looking for. So basically that's what we're trying to go for. So hopefully that made sense. So either one of these answers is fine. You'll notice they have the same slope because obviously if you do the slope between these 2 points, you're going to get the same thing either way, right? That makes sense? So that's kind of what the deal is with that. Okay, let me do C for you just to kind of help you out, and then we'll be done. So we're finding the slope. So again, there's a lot of ways to do this, but because I already did the change in y over change in x, why don't I do this for the people that are still stuck on this slope formula? They love that thing. So if I'm doing y2 minus y1, and they're already labeled for you, 13 minus 12, right? y2 minus y1. Then if I'm doing x2 minus x1, I've got 4 minus negative 2, which is positive 6 in this case. So I've got 1 over 6 is the slope. So that's from the slope formula. And now let's just write down what that's going to come out to. So it's going to be y minus and equals the slope, and then it's going to be x minus. Now, I don't care which point you pick, so pick one of them. I usually just pick the first one, and I want to show you something that's kind of interesting here because we see the y1 is 12, that's no problem, but the x1 is negative 2. So if I'm minusing negative 2, right, I'm really just adding 2. So it's opposite sign. So there's like an opposite sign built into the formula here. So that's pretty much it. I didn't even use the box to the right, my apologies, but that's the deal. So what you want to do is you want to just make it simple. Make sure you have, obviously, it's point-slope form, people. It's called point-slope form. So make sure you have a point. And then make sure you have again, it's point-slope form, so make sure you have a slope. And then you want to write the equation, EQ or equation, in point-slope form. That's pretty much it. Sometimes we will distribute and change it into y equals mx plus b. It's not necessary, but we can do that if we want. We can graph it right in point-slope form right away if we want, or we can change it over. So I'm gonna stop it there. We're gonna keep it hopefully on the shorter side, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.